Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, you're going to have Jim. Jim is from England in the UK. So let's see what Jim has to say. Enjoy the interview. Amazing. Hello, Jim.
Hey, how are we doing?
I'm very well. How are you today?
10 out of 10. Couldn't be better.
Wow, that's amazing. My goodness. 10 out of 10. It's a great day for sure.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. It's been like super sunny here. It's been like kind of warm. Had some good food. Sweet.
So tell me, what was the highlight of your day today? What has been?
The highlight of my day. Um, okay. The highlight of my day. I've got something in the bank, but I definitely can't use that. So I reckon the highlight of my day was probably. So my day job at the moment, I teach kids how to play in a band.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
yeah, it's really cool. I've been doing that for the last like 6 years, but only until mid-December, and then I'm coaching full time. But yeah, just like teaching the kids, like I love it. It's super fun. Like they are, yeah, it's just good fun. Like it's so wholesome. It's like such a good. Like sometimes I'm teaching these kids how to play like Metallica, and I'm like, this is a joke. Like this is not this shouldn't be a real job. It's so much fun. So yeah, that I'd say that's been the highlight of my day. It's been cool. How about yours?
The highlight of my day today, it was arriving in London today. I was in Canada, I was in Montreal. So today I'm back in London again. So back to my routine. I still jet lag. However, it's good to be back. So I love being back to London. So yeah, that's been the highlight for sure. Landing in London again after a 7 hours flight.
Yeah. What was in Montreal?
My godson, my best friend lives there. He's French, and my godson's birthday was 2 weekends ago. So I went for his sixth birthday, and actually I watched professional Rocky game for the first time, and it was amazing to watch in a live, stadium with like the energy, the music. I was like, my God, that's amazing to see a professional Rocky game. So yeah, that was Rocky game. It was great.
Oh, sweet. That sounds cool.
So tell me, where are you from, Jim?
So I am. I'm originally from Wales. I've got no accent whatsoever. It's long gone. But I live in Cambridgeshire in England.
And why the change from Wales to England?
It was a long time ago. So my parents are both from the area, and then when they split up when I was about 10, after a few years, they were like, "Why are we still here?" So then we just moved up so that my mum could be closer to her parents and her family.
I see. Amazing.
Yeah,
So let's
yeah.
review talking about your career as an online fitness coach. So tell me when the opportunity came along for you to start this career.
I don't. It's a weird one because I wouldn't say that like an opportunity kind of came along. I kind
Mm-hmm.
of had to forge it. But not like that it was forceful, but it was like I have I've always loved training. I've also like struggled with like self-image and like how to actually make all this stuff work, even though I'd be like, work on myself. Very frustrating. Like as a bit of background, like when I was a kid, I was a fat kid. And then I got older and then wasn't a fat kid, great. And then I discovered beer and then became a fat bloke. And then I discovered the gym, but I still love beer. And it was this whole thing for years and years and years and years and years. Anyway, and I got qualified as a PT. I've always like been good at training with people and like pushing them and stuff. But it took a long time for me to realize that there's stuff I don't know and I want to know. So I got qualified and I got a coach of my own to like just I didn't know what it was. So I hired a coach, and it was just about like he showed me like how to analyze life and figure out okay what's led to this, like how did I get here, what's wrong with this, what do we need to fix, and how can we do it in the best way possible without it feeling like it's an absolute chore. Like it's just about like tweaking things in your life that to make things that you enjoy, but are sustainable long term. So I just learned this completely new like approach to fitness and mindset, and all this stuff. And then I guess that when I because I thought about it before, I thought what he does is cool, and someone reached out and like to me once and was like, "Oh, I'm struggling. Like, do you reckon you can help?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then it just kind of went from there. And now I'm looking at doing it full time. Like, and it's really cool. It's really exciting.
Yes, I think fitness, it's always, something nice about it. It's not just about helping people, but about getting shape, getting the best energy of ourselves. I think we feel the greatest when we go for a run, when we have some working out. I think it's great. I think it's a great place to be for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't know. Some people say they like, some people don't go to the gym or do exercise, and I just don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
Can be hard sometimes. However, it's after the workout, you go like, wow, I've done it. It feel great.
Exactly, yeah. So for anyone watching this who doesn't go to the gym, we're here cracking the whip now. You'll feel great. So go right now.
Jim, okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Okay,
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I'm ready to dive in.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random questions. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Okay, just relax.
Let's do it. Right, before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change. Okay?
Okay.
First question is, what will be the title of your memoir?
My memoir, Diary of a Clown.
Tell me why.
Because I'm a goofy bastard, and I prioritize entertainment over most things in life. Like, for an example, if something, I'm not going to say traumatic, but if something embarrassing happens, like an awkward interaction with someone, and I'm like, God, fuck, that was so awkward. And then I'll be like, well, I've got a good story and I can't wait to tell people because it's funny. So it would just be a diary of just all of the dumb, embarrassing that has happened to me over the course of my life.
And people, when they read your memoir, what's something about it that would you like people to take with them? What's something that you go like, you know what, I'd love this message to be, somehow passed to people when they read it?
I think I would like to get across the message of living passionately and energetically, but also just laugh at. Like, I want to make you laugh, but I also want to inspire you.
What's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Jim?
I take what I do seriously. I take my coaching seriously. I look after my clients, but I don't take life that seriously at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I like it. I'm chilled. I'm laid back, and I want to find the positive in everything, and I want to enjoy everything, and that is, big. I've always been like, I was a class clown at school, albeit a big fat one. But I always wanna. That's it. Yeah, I'm just chill, and I just want to enjoy life, and that's what I do. I'm nailing that pretty well.
What's your star sign astrology?
And this has been so long since I've even thought about that. Is Leo's a star sign, right?
Yeah. It's July or August? July.
August.
August, I see. Okay.
That
Next
one.
question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, tell us about your best holidays and why you consider that.
Oh, okay. I've got two that come to mind.
Okay.
One was just as around COVID, and as we can all agree on, we were all going mental. So I had to get out. So I just took a flight to Iceland for about a week by myself because I just wanted to, one, get out of the town, and two, like experience a holiday I'd never experienced. Like I think the majority of us, when we grow up, we think holiday, we think hot sun, pools, sea, sand, and that was not what I want. I want to climb mountains. I want to go to a volcano. I want to experience like somewhere that I never like really thought of. So going to Iceland was amazing. Just being by myself. I'd never been by myself for that long. So it was really I felt very independent. And that was really cool. But the second one, I went on a family holiday to Italy with my dad's side of the family in 2019, and we've never, ever, ever done that. So it was really cool to experience a holiday with like that side of the family. Like we see each other every now and again, but to spend like a good like week solid together for the first time ever was amazing. And yeah, it was so cool. Like it was literally the last holiday that I did with my granddad before he passed a few years back. So I have that like really super fond memory of like just us all just getting closer and just like enjoying this holiday. So yeah, I think that one's gonna reign supreme.
Talking about family, which person in your family nowadays you feel more close to or more connected with right now?
Probably my sister.
Why is that?
Because she's a goofy bastard like I am. So we just get on. We just like have the same sense of humor. We like the same stuff, and we just get on. Like we never really we bickered as kids, but we just get on, and it's really cool.
Okay, so your sister is watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
Or the thing is, I wouldn't say anything like that serious because she'll hold it over me, and I can't have that. Because you know, sister, sibling, the sibling thing. I would say, Lisa, well done. You're getting wham, getting strong, and you are nearly as funny as me. So keep it up.
It's not fair. She's not here to defend herself. How you can say something like that?
I know.
Oh, sweet. Next question. Jim, of course, Christmas is just around the corner. Yeah, it's very close to Christmas. So tell me, do you celebrate Christmas? Do you like Christmas? What's your connection with this celebration?
I love Christmas. I think it's awesome. It is like realistically, like is it nice to get presents? Yeah, of course it is. There's that kid in you that's always like you can be. I don't care how old you are. If someone gives you a present, you're always gonna be like, yeah, it's nice. So that's cool. But you know, it's just an opportunity for family members you don't see a lot. It shouldn't take a special occasion to get families together. But sometimes, in order for people to prioritize family time a little bit more, sure, okay, cool. And that's what Christmas is. It's an opportunity for everyone to get together, hang out. Just I always see Christmas as that. It's that like I guess it's like a bonding nucleus. Like everyone's drawn to the same thing. That quality time. If we think about it, if we think about certain members of the family, I'm not naming anyone, but I mean just people in general. You only have like X amount of Christmases left with certain members of your family. Like you may have like an elderly relative, and it's like, I've got 5 Christmases left. And if they're, if for, because of life being too busy and stuff, if people do struggle to kind of get together, at least if you have Christmas, you still have that. And I think that that's really important. It's just about like serious quality time. Like that's what it's all about.
Amazing. Okay. Next question for you is, what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
Oh, okay. I would say the worst. So when I was at school, I was I'm currently in the process of like looking into getting diagnosed with ADHD. Well, not getting diagnosed, but trying to get some answers to some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So my ability to focus and concentrate is very, very, very poor. And sometimes that combined with other known traits of ADHD have gotten me in a lot of trouble. And either just not listening to people or not reading things and then making a really bad financial decision. So it's that I'm not being able to focus on things. That's a pretty bad one because it does get me in a lot of trouble. But I would say the best thing Um, I do pretty well with people. So
Hmm.
I can chat to most people, and I mean I say that they may think the opposite after I finish the sentence, but the majority of people I speak to don't think I'm a massive twat,
Okay.
and I think that that's quite a strong personality trait. I get on with most people.
And what motivates you the most in life? What's the biggest motivation for you about life?
Um, just trying to get the absolute most out of every part of it.
Hmm.
And I also have a bit of a I do sometimes rant and get off subject, so I apologize if I do that. But
It's okay. Problem.
all right, to motivate, I strive. I'm a bit of a moth. I go towards the light, in the sense of my passions. So in regards to my coaching, for example, I am so motivated by my clients' success, and seeing, just being a part of their process and seeing their goals come to life. They've got this image of themselves, and I'm helping them get there, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's actually happening." Yes, damn straight. Um, I also think that what motivates me is just like kind of like staying not completely like fixated on, but
Hmm.
living very, very close to the things that I'm passionate about.
Hmm.
So for me, I would say like the three biggest things: fitness, music, and quality time with friends and family and like loved ones. So,
Wow.
and I make sure that and I don't feel like none of those things are a chore for me. Like music is like how I feel like I kind of came out of my shell and was able to have any confidence whatsoever because I didn't have it as a kid. So I found that through music, and I continue to play music and write music and enjoy music. So that motivates me, in the sense of like I need it and I can't live without it. And
Wow.
if I took that element away, I'm not going to be a very motivational human being because my fire is gone. So any three of these things are going to take away my fire, and I'm going to be lame, and I can't have that. So yeah, I'd say that. And again, I do feel like I'm ranting a little bit, but
No,
yeah,
you're
I
not.
need these three things to motivate me throughout life: music, fitness, friends and family.
That's amazing. I think it says everything about your personality. I think you have this very great vibe, personality, positive attitude, and it all comes with fitness, with music, and with people around us. I think those three. It just complements everything. That's I get it. And I made a note here about shouty musician. I saw on your profile, and I was like, okay, I need to ask him about that. And you just answered now. So music always been part of your life.
Big time.
Wow.
So I grew up in a really small Welsh town called Brecon.
Okay.
And in Brecon, like the majority of like things that brought people together were farming. Weird. Like some kids really love farming, dead weird. Football, rugby, and just sports. And my family aren't sporty. I had no desire to be sporty. I tried, I failed, and it was quite alienating. I was like, I'm not good at anything. Like, what is this? Like, I'll play with the kids outside, and we'll play football, and I just suck, and it's really frustrating. And then one day. I started to like I heard some like my I get the majority of my musical inspiration like from my and taste from my dad, who listened to
Okay.
like punk and rocky stuff, like very guitar based stuff. And I'd listened to that. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. But then I discovered like the band Slipknot, and then I was like, this is it. This is my thing. And then I started playing guitar around the same time, and as I got really good at guitar, like not to like blow my own horn, but I got better than everyone of my age. Like because I was so obsessed. I'd stay at home and I'd put music on and I'd play guitar and I'd figure all this stuff out. and I was just obsessed. So I got really good because I was playing constantly. You know, that's you practice, you get good. And it was the same. Then learned the drums. I taught myself to play the drums, and I was just like, oh my God, this is my thing. And then when I moved to England, I got friends with these guys, and they were into metal. And then we talked about like, oh, maybe we should have a band practice, yeah. And they thought I will humor him. He's who's because I didn't look like I didn't look like I was into that sort of music. And then we had a band practice, and they were like, "Oh my God, he can actually play!" And then we started a band, and we wrote music, and we played shows, and then that just paved the way for my next like the pivotal like next 10 years. I managed to do all that. When I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with the thought of playing a show on stage, but in my mind, because I was so like self-conscious, even in my fantasy, I was behind a curtain on a stage. But
Wow.
then fast forward, just by putting in the reps and like doing these little things, with like-minded musicians and people, I'm playing small shows, I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm in this this friendship group of people who are in the same music. And then over time, I ended up touring, doing label deals, music videos, and all the stuff that as a kid I never thought I'd be able to do because I just didn't have the confidence. And music literally paved the entire way for me. Um,
Wow.
like even it leads on to fitness too. Like to do a certain amount of things with and push yourself with fitness, you need to be confident in yourself and you need to be willing to take that push and take that plunge and be willing to fail.
Yeah.
And I don't think that if I didn't find music and I didn't start guitar and I didn't make these friends, I think I would have been really lost in life. And I don't know if fitness would have ever come into it at all. So yeah,
Wow.
it's been absolutely like the foundation of my life.
Wow. Great. 3 questions left. Let's do
Right.
it. You like dancing?
Love it.
Amazing. Okay, next question is, tell me something that your parents they did or still do that always comforts you.
Um, do you know what? It's a little thing. It's when I go over my dad's and like my dad will like, oh come around, I'll cook dinner. That like it's really cool. Like it's really basic, and but in the sense of like things that I value. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love good food. My dad's an awesome chef.
Wow.
And food as like a family. We've always gone out for meals. We've gone to my grandparents, had like a great meal. So food is always like a thing. So if I'm ever said like, oh, if I'm ever asked like, hey, come around, I'll cook dinner. I'm like, hell yeah. And that's not just because it's anyone. It's like a family thing that we've always had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I'd say is the same thing. Um, so that's like on my dad's side. Um, I think I'd say it's the same with my mum, really. If my
Yeah.
mum's like, "Oh, we're gonna have us like a Sunday roast," amazing, great stuff. So it's the same. It's all food, yeah. I should be so much fatter than I am.
Tell me one food that could eat for the rest of your life. That's something that you never get sick of it.
Oh my God. I bang on about this to all my clients and and on Instagram all the time. But there's this bowl of protein oats. Yeah, that's what's up. So it's oats, protein powder, dark chocolate, peanut butter, banana or berries. And I just can't get enough. I'm obsessed with it. I've had it every single day for the past like 3 years.
And what's your guilty pleasure food that for you, you know you shouldn't eat it, but for you it's like, sometimes I need it.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't really have that because
Wow.
anything that I love, I have it, or I have it all in my diet.
Okay.
But I have it to the point I never have cravings for like and any like because my diet is so well planned out that everything I enjoy, I eat most days. I eat bacon, burgers, dark chocolate, the oats. Like I'm not gonna lie, I eat a bit like a robot. I eat the same stuff every day.
Okay. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, talking about music, tell me 3 names of 3 artists that for you always been a big inspiration for your music. 3 names.
Okay. Slipknot, because that was the first time, because I'd heard metal, I'd heard punk, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. But Slipknot was like, oh my God. The next band I would say, are probably a band called Architects. So Architects are very like progressive technical metal, and they are very inspiring in their musical abilities and aggression, but also like melody and beauty. So I think I'll go with Architects there. And for the third band, I'm going to say a band called Thrice. And Thrice are a bit more chilled out. They have some really slow and ambient and like beautiful songs, but they also kind of like can coincide that with like some grit and some good guitar riffs and some heavy, some screaming. And then they'll just write. Then the next song will be the most beautiful thing you've ever heard in your life. So yeah, Slipknot, Architects, Thrice.
Okay, so let's pretend that they're still with us. Yeah, all of them. And one day you're gonna wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from those three you just mentioned right now. Which one call back straight away? Which one you send a message? I call you back later. And the third one you don't call back, you don't send a message, you just ignore them.
You bastard! This is such a hard question. Okay.
And by the way, they are watching this interview, okay? By the way, just let you know they are watching as well right now.
God, of course they are. Okay, so I'm gonna call back straight away Thrice, because I'm currently listening to their latest album, which is so sick. So I'm currently like it's on repeat. So I'm calling them back instantly. Um, Architects, I'll call you back later. And then Slipknot. Sorry guys,
Oh
sorry
my,
guys. They played a massive part in my childhood, but I don't need you right now.
oh my God.
I'm sorry guys.
Okay, you can't blame me. I put you the spot, so it's fine.
Oh well.
Next question is, who do you swap lives with for a day if you could, for any reason?
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say prime. So I'm talking like mid 70s, late 70s, early 80s, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And why?
Because he was just lifting weights all the time. He was like in the eye of Hollywood. Everyone loved him. He's just partying. I mean, I say that. I'm talking about partying, giving it the big one. Like I'm not someone who's in bed by 9:30 every night. But he was just like living this like crazy life. And yeah, it seems very. I'm choosing that for very like gluttonous and selfish and like self-absorbed reasons, but it just looks like a right laugh.
I see. All right. Last question. Ready?
Okay.
Let's do it. How do I say last question in Welsh?
I don't know. I'm not Welsh enough to answer that. You've just outed me as a fake Welsh.
Let's do it. Okay, before the last question, I'm going to ask a question in two parts. The first part of the question is, since you start your career as a fitness coach, yeah, since you start helping people through their fitness, tell me a situation or a moment that you're never going to forget, that so far you go like, you know what, this moment I will always remember. And the second part of the question is, people watch this interview right now, they would like to connect with you, to have you as a coach regarding fitness. What's something about the service that you provide that stands out? That's, you know, it's something unique about it that stands out compared with other trainers around the globe.
Okay. So the first one, I've got a client called Tom, and me and Tom met up and we went out for a meal, and he was telling me because we talk like most days, but he was telling me he was like, you don't understand what this has done. I was like, I guess I don't. So tell me. And he said, well, it was like, I have since we started doing this, I've gained so much confidence to the point where I had a possible promotion coming up, and in the past I've just like let it go because I'm just like, it won't. That's not going to be me. I'm not going to get that. But I had the confidence to say, do you know what? I'm going to go for it. Got it. Not only did he get the promotion, but he also got enrolled in an additional university course, which he's going to be starting next year, which is going to take his career up even higher. And he was
Wow.
like, I wouldn't have done any of that if it wasn't for this coaching. And he said, this has literally changed my life. And when like, you're kind of like presented with like a statement like that, it's like, damn,
Wow. Yeah.
damn, this is It's pretty good, huh? All right, now regarding the second part in regards to what I do that stands out in regards to other coaches. Um, I am not gonna like lie. I feel like people could, a coach could stand here and say, "Oh, well, my method of doing this is so much different to this other coach." Guys, we all do the same thing, and it's get you where you want to be. The difference is that we are all individual human beings with our own individual personality. There's no coach that's going to be a better version of me, and I wouldn't be a better version of that coach. It's all about individual personalities and who you resonate with, and their values and their qualities and their personality in general. So, like, some people might be watching this looking for a coach, and then they might be like, this guy seems like a bit of a dick. I'm not into it. Or there could be another guy who's like, oh, do you know what? I love Slipknot, and I like all this stuff. This guy might be the coach for me. Amazing. So it's not one coach is for everyone. It's literally down to unique personality. We all do the same thing. So if you like a funny coach who will get you to where you want to be, then that is me. So there we are.
There we go. I think you're totally right. I think coaching and it's all about connect with people. It's about connect with someone that's there for you. And when it connects, when the chemistry is there, that's it. Just the goes all the way. Get it? Okay. Last question is: which question you don't have an answer for?
A question I don't have an answer for. God, it's so broad.
Yeah.
All right. I tell you what, I don't really tend to get involved in politics.
Okay.
So if someone was to ask me a question, about somebody's some like a party's like stance on certain things, of like, oh, how do you feel like how do you think Labour has approached this? How do you think that the Conservatives could have done this? I'm going to say, look, just back off. I don't know how to
Yeah.
answer that. I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy for that. So yeah, it's that sort of thing I tend to like steer clear of.
Me too. Actually, I wouldn't be able to answer none of that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's boring anyway.
Right, so then let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's
Right.
start with family.
Parents.
Money.
None.
Fear.
Great.
Life.
Death.
Love.
Plenty.
Politics.
Pass.
Sex.
Please.
Religion.
Mysterious.
Friendship.
Solid.
Desire.
Present.
Regret.
Plenty.
Success.
Pending.
Wish.
Oh, I've got nothing. I've got nothing for that. 3.
Okay. That will be? The 3?
Shit.
I'm
Okay.
joking. No, I'm not going to put it. Happiness.
Happiness. Okay. Happiness. Positive.
One word for Wales.
Home.
One word for England.
Also home.
One word for musician.
Life.
One word for music.
Nucleus.
And the last one now, online fitness coach. One word.
Baller.
Bola.
Yeah.
In Portuguese, I know the word in Portuguese. Bola means ball, but what that would be? Why bola?
Like confident. Like
Interesting.
like you got it. Like yeah, I'm a baller.
Oh,
It's very
got it.
arrogant, especially now I've had to explain it.
You just made my day. Now learn something new. I never heard the expression before. That can see how I'm not arrogant at all.
You should start using it in everyday conversations.
I remember that for sure. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Jim in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you?
Um,
Bola? Joking.
Definitely not.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Positive. Positive, I'd say funny.
Okay.
Um, Negative, stroppy.
Hmm. If I would ask the same question to your sister, would be the same answer?
Yeah.
Okay. They know you very well. Let's play now, Jim, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But right, before you ask me the question, I'm gonna put you in the spot again. Let's say one day, someone come up to you and says, "Okay, Jim, from now on, you need to choose just one career to follow, as an online fitness coach or as a musician. You cannot choose both. You need just to follow one." Would you be able to answer that or not?
Mm-hmm.
So that what would be your answer?
It'd be online coach.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
So I have spent many, many, many years trying to make being a musician a career, and I have been, and it's been really
Okay.
cool. However, there are lots of swings and roundabouts, positives and negatives to these things. And as much as I love it, I want to see like it comes with so much pressure to when it starts to become a career. And it does take the enjoyment out of it a little bit. So I miss enjoying music. I miss playing in a band. I miss writing music with my pals. I miss that stuff. And I want to do that for fun. But the online coaching, that is what, it's my new thing. It's what I am, putting all of my energy and effort into. And those are two different worlds that I can keep very, very separate. And like walk that line really quite easily, I think.
Wow. Okay, can ask me a question now.
Okay. I would love to know the origin of the magic box.
Oh, what a great question. What a great question. Right. When I could see you talking about your music, about your fitness, I was just thinking to myself, my God, it's visible how much he loves that, how much he appreciates have this in his life. Saying that, I always admire people when I see their eyes shine when they talk about their career, when I talk about their passion, and I always asking to myself, my God, how does it feel knowing that you can wake up every morning knowing that you're gonna do something that you love, something that you enjoy, and saying that, I believe that all of us we can do different things and still be very happy and still follow something that you like. You know what? I love that. 2020, the world went upside down, as you know very well. Yeah, and I was already thinking about doing something on YouTube where I could express myself, I could connect with people. But as you know, there are so many interesting topics, people sharing, podcasts or shows or through fitness, through arts and everything. A lot, and it's fascinating. But I would like to do something that I could be myself, that I could just literally sit down or connect with people, but I didn't know what I could do. One day, I don't know if you remember, but 2020 here in England, you could leave the house once a day for exercise to go for a run. And I love fitness as well. So I was going for a run every day, like to get myself in shape or to get myself in a better place because it was really hard at the time. And one of those runs, this idea came along, Jim. I remember the place. I remember the exact moment because I was running. And suddenly I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. I literally have a moment with myself. I couldn't believe. I was like, I'm going to research some questions. I'm going to create some questions. And I literally going to invite random people around the globe to see their point of views, to see the way they approach life, to see how they see life overall. And that was the idea. Literally, just came out of on a run in the park, and I remember like I have pictures of myself, like write the questions, organize the questions, and but I said didn't know how I would start that, and everything just started coming naturally. And I sat down one day. I said, okay, I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna just literally invite random people, and I'm gonna see what's gonna come out of it. And here I am since I started doing the show, and trust me. You know the feeling when you are teaching, when you are singing, when you are writing songs, when you are helping others through fitness is the same feeling when I'm sitting here. Yeah, I could do that 24 hours no stop because I literally, for example, today when I arrived this morning, like complete jet lag, I didn't know, I was like, my God, how am I gonna do those interviews today? But as soon as I started, like for example, all the energy like just started coming, and I could be here another, hours just doing all the interviews because it's just that's how the show started, through a run in the park, and sometimes you need to go through downtime to find new things about you or something that sparks you. And so yeah, it was a dark moment at the time when the Magic Box started because I was in a good place. I was feeling sad. I was feeling lonely. I was feeling everything you can imagine because of the situation the world was facing at the time. However, I'm so thankful and grateful for that moment because I believe that whatever comes to you, you find a way to find you. You know what I mean? I strongly believe that. But sometimes I think that I need to be in that situation to to find myself, to get ideas, and somehow the show started. So yeah, that's how the Magic Box starts, through a run in the park, through the COVID, through a tough time that the world was facing. And I'm so grateful for that run, let's put it this way, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've got a part two to that question, actually.
Okay.
So obviously, since then, and you've spoke to hundreds people?
1,500 more or less, or even more. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of conversations, a lot of insight.
Yeah.
What would you say is the one biggest bit of insight that you've received from somebody during these interviews that made you think, holy shit, I never thought of anything like that?
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to answer that in two answers because the first one was, you talk to so many people, you have no idea how I've been educated here on the show because topics that I never heard before, words and topics and people express themselves, and and I love to learn a lot. I'm curious. And the first time it's funny because one of the very first interview I had with a lovely man in the US, and he said to me, "Oh, William, I went to visit my partner in Asia. Last week I was traveling, I was visiting my partner, and I was like, oh, that's amazing." And suddenly, through the conversation, he said, "Oh, next weekend I'm gonna meet my husband. He lives in the next town, just cross by." And I was a bit confused. And he looked at and he could see I was confused. And he said, "Because I'm in a polyamorous relationship." When he said that, I never heard the word polyamorous before. Of course, I had a guess that people they have different relationships, different ways. I knew that. However, I never heard this word before. So for me, it was one of the first time that I was like, "Oh wow, that's something new for me." But one of the things, there are one other interview I had that someone talks about their family, that he was the religion, and his family made him preach every Saturday, and he didn't have like a proper childhood because of that. That touched my heart because I felt like emotional during the interview because I could see his eyes that not that he missed his childhood, but however he was so he could see his friends playing, going for sports, doing things, and he couldn't do it because his parents hold him to be preaching because of the religion that they were following at the time. So that touched my heart. And the other one I could tell so many, Jim, but the other one that just came to my mind now. Of course, for example, I'm a very open-minded person. Yeah, if you tell me, "William, I like this, I like that," even though that for me could be something strange, but if you tell me, I believe you, I trust you, because what people say is how they feel. Yeah. There's a topic about I had an interview for a gentleman from South Africa, and he said to me, he got a girlfriend, they've been together, they're gonna get married actually. He just proposed to her now. And he is a bisexual guy, and he told me through the interview that he never had boyfriends as a man, but he performer with men and with women, and he's in a relationship. Before that interview, for me, the concept I had I believe about bisexual. I'm not saying that I didn't believe, but for me, it was a bit confused in my head because I thought, okay, maybe you can perform having sex with both gender. However, I think you just prefer one. I couldn't understand much about it. The way he explained to me, Jim, the way he told about the way how he sees that thing, how he feels about it, how he performed that. it was for me, I'm so thankful for him because he literally broke something, that a barrier that wasn't clear here in my head. And since that interview, oh my God, I see this, let's see, this word as a bisexual person in a totally different way. My God, how sometimes you need to talk to someone. And he was so genuine about it. He was explaining to me in such a great way that I never had the opportunity to talk to one before. And I had so many talks about bisexual, about sexuality with so many people, but the way he explained himself, and I could see how much, he could tell that was something that broke my knowledge. And I was like, oh my God, you open my mind even more now about a topic that I wasn't aware of. So those three, but I could tell you so many topics that, through the interview, I've learned so much about culture, about people, about places in the world that, that I never heard before. There's always something, and always something when it comes up, I like to ask, because I'm not afraid to say, I don't know that. What's that? I have no shame. I have no problem to say that, because that's how you learn. If something that you don't know, as you said about this comment, Ebola, I was like, oh my God, what's that? So you see, I'm very curious about, because it's about learning, and I'm here in the show. It's about that as well. So it's those 3 points that I remember, but I'm sure when I hang up the interview, I'm going to think about others as well. But so that's I've been learning a lot. Every single interview I do, I learn a lot. I have no idea, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Amazing. Did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, it's been fun, man. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first one that I've ever done.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh wow, that's cool. Thanks again, Jim. Thanks for being so kind and accepting my invitation. It's great. I love having passionate people here. I love to see people shining, their eyes when they talk about their life, about their profession, about their joys. And I think that's what life's about, for us to explore and, be happy. And I think it's great. So thanks again for taking your time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting my invitation. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you leave back.
Okay. Okay. I think there's a lot of things that we want to do as human beings, no matter what it is. And so it can seem it might be really important to you, but it might feel like when you verbalize it to another person, it might feel really dumb and you feel like you're going to get judged. But whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's a career or a hobby or a goal, whatever it is, if the thing that's stopping you from doing it is the thought of someone laughing at you, or maybe someone not wanting to hang out with you or something, you're better off without those people anyway. Do what you want to do, man. Like, before you know it, you're going to be in a box in the ground. So whilst you can still have use of your legs, you have use of your eyes, whilst you have the ability to do things, do it. Because you don't want to not be able to do whatever it is that has got that fire inside of you. You don't want that choice to be made for you, in the sense of a frail, a disability, or, just being dead, Whilst you can do it, fucking do it, man.
Just go for it. Don't think twice. You know what I mean? That's the way to go, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again. Regards to your friends and family, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay? Have a good night. Take care.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.